Welcome everyone to the FAIRFAX DCL T20 Cup and match 13 here taking place between the Comets and V-Desi as both the captains are out for the toss. So we'll give the coin a flip now. Heads is the call.
Yeah, heads.
And it is heads. So Comets, they've won the toss. So Comets, they've won the toss. Anis, what are you going to do first?
Oh, we're gonna bat first.
So you're going to bat first, and why is that?
And now, most of the time, we don't have whole batting utilized in the match. So this time we should try to find out if we can bat all the 20 hours whether we have a chance. So whoever's not get a chance before, so we try to do it, they can get a chance.
And what do you think is going to be a good total here batting first?
170 plus.
170 plus?
170 plus is good.
Yeah. Well, thank you and good luck for the game.
Thank you.
And
Hey.
so bowling first here, you happy with that or would you have wanted to bat?
No, we wanted to bat first as well. So this is our last game. So we bowled all last 3 games. So we wanted to bat. So, getting so we restricted last game for 125 runs. So we'll try to keep them under 130. So we'll try our best.
And 130. And so you speak about that 130 now. In this season.
Practice with the batting, and we are playing with the leather ball for the first time. So far we played on a tennis ball. And all the 3 games we played in the second innings. So second innings playing under the lights is getting a little difficult. And that too, we haven't had much practice with the batting. So that's why we've been very bad with the batting unit. So we'll try to up it today.
Well, thank you and good luck for the game.
Thanks.
So the Comets, they've won the toss and they're going to bat first here. To face his first delivery of the evening. As he cuts this one away. And with that, will get off the mark. Both these players, Rashad, Faisal, extremely experienced. They played a ton of cricket here in the DMV area. At this ground, this DCL field. And that's pulled away into the leg side. And it will sail over the boundary. So the first maximum of the innings, it's coming just the first over. Off the bat of Ehsan Rashad. Saw that one just a bit fuller. On a good length though. And just flicks that away. Still in the power play. No one out there in the deep. And gets 6 for it. Mani Krishna now. First time straight to point. Chance. No. Deciding against the single. Some good feeling there at point. Diving to his left. Mani Krishna now. Once again goes on the pad. That's a top edge. Keeper coming around underneath it. And it's going to end up going a couple of bounces into the boundary for 4. So a boundary this time around now for Ehsan Rashad. And he is really looking good here. He cannot bowl on the pads to him. We've seen 2 deliveries on the pads. Both have crossed the boundary in the end. This time a bit of a top edge. Didn't get it off the middle. But we'll still get a boundary for it. There's no one there between square leg and the keeper. Now final ball of Mani Krishna's first coming up. He goes outside off. That's gone up in the air. And just hit out to deep point. Who gets the throw back in? They'll come through for a single. So Ehsan Rashad, he'll retain strike for the next over. But after the first one, Comets, they've got a good start. 13 for no loss. This time a special shout out to our sponsors, Icon Realty. AI Building Solutions, Anise Driving School, Fairway Supermarket Deluxe, Fashion Mart, GTS Executive Sedan, and Red Zod Sports. So thank you for sponsoring cricket here in the DC metro area. Leagues like this one, the DCL. As Money Cam comes in, that's gone up in the air. And it's gone over the covers region. It'll end up crossing the boundary on a couple of bounces. So with that, Ehsan Rashad gets his second boundary already. I've seen 2 boundaries and a maximum from him. And really taking a liking to this V-Desi side here. He's raced off to 16 off just 6 deliveries. Money Cam now, not a good start to his first. What's he got? Oh, it's time pulled away into the leg side. And that'll be more runs. Won't reach the boundary. As the man comes around. There, that fielder at long on. They've got a long on and a deep covers. Oh, no, it seems long on was brought in, so they've got a mid on. So just one fielder outside the ring, and that is a deep covers. Oh, and now to Faisal there, just fishing outside off. Doesn't connect on it. Now, we've seen Ehsan's hitting from the other end. Faisal now on strike, mighty experienced. And this time a bit slower. A change of pace from Money Cam. All the time in the world there did Faisal. Just plays it in front of covers for the single. Getting Ehsan back on strike. Which Ehsan, he is the one who's doing so well at this stage. So might as well just take that single, give Ehsan as much strike as you can. He is really middling this ball well. This time down the leg side. The first wide of the innings, signalled by the umpire. Ehsan in the previous over, when he was bowled to on the pads, he got 10 runs from 2 deliveries. In this over, just at that 4th stump line, and he went over the covers for 4. So it's interesting to see this tactic to bowl on the pads to him. This time steps down the track, it's gone up in the air. There's a man underneath it. Oh, put down. That could be a very costly chance there. It's Ehsan Rashad who's been put down. Saw it a bit short. It was a bit slowish. Came down the track trying to clear mid off. Got a bit of a top edge on it. Didn't really hit it off the middle. And that one just ballooned up in the air. It should have been taken, but it's been put down. So an opportunity created here by Money Cam to get an early wicket. Really try and stop this momentum which has been building. But not to be. Final ball of the second coming up. And that's just guided through. This point gets the throw back in. They'll come through for a single. Settle for that quite comfortably. And at the end of 2, Comets are 22 for no loss. Now some changes being made in the field. They are still in the power play. So they've got a deep covers and a long on. They've got a gully and short fine leg behind the keeper. To Faisal Khan. The field is now moving in a couple of steps from the ring. As Mani Krishna races in. Oh, and that's a top edge. And it's going to sail over. Running away to the boundary here. And it'll get there. So a boundary now for Faisal Khan. A bit of a top edge there. Didn't really get it where he was looking to, but he will get 4 runs nonetheless. So the over starts off with a boundary here. Mani Krishna banging it in short. Angling it across the right-handed Faisal Khan. This one nudged away into the leg side. He'll come through for that single. This has really been some good batting. The bad balls they're putting away. Luck has been on their side, the Comets. But they have been putting those bad deliveries away. The good ones looking to nudge them around, take those singles and twos. Dot balls have been limited in this innings till now. Oh, this time well wide. Once again, Mani Krishna going for that angle across, and what that can do sometimes is cause those wides. It does make it a bit tougher for the bowler, tougher for the batsman as well. Oh, and this time that's gone up in the air. Man coming around, keeper. Oh, no, misses it. Oh, that was a good attempt there. It was once again ballooned up in the air from Rashad. Looking to cut that away, as we can see there. Got a bit of a top edge. The bat may just have turned in his hand a bit. And the keeper racing to get there isn't able to. And so Rashad gets yet another life. His second now in this innings, I believe. With that single taken, Faisal on strike now. And that's hooked away into the leg side. Will go past mid-wicket. They want to come back for the second, and they'll get back quite comfortably. This time going just a bit on a good length. Just hooked away here by Faisal Khan now. These top edges we've seen a couple from Ehsan. Saw one on the first ball of this over from Faisal Khan. And I think part of that, we'll come back to that after this ball. It's just fishing for that outside off. Misses it there. But I think part of that reason could be because of the variable bounce we've seen on this pitch. And we've talked about that day after day, game after game. And it really does make it a bit tough for the batsman. Once you get settled in, that one's also kept on a good length outside off, a dot to finish off, and we'll come back to that variable bounce as it's the end of this over. After 4, Comets are 31 for no loss. And that was Mani Kamia continuing. His first went for 9. And just having a look at the field. There's a deep mid-wicket and a deep covers in place. So on either sides of the boundary of the field, as Mani Kam runs into Rashad. Aerial for a while. Hit out to deep mid-wicket. Comfortably settling for that single. But going back to that point on variable bounce, we've seen that at this ground. And it takes time for a batsman to get used to it, but once you get used to it, and I think both these batsmen, with the number of games they've played here, they are very much knowing and used to that bounce. Once you get used to it, you can really score a boatload of runs here. And it's a bit of an outside edge. But once again, coming through for that single, so making sure those dot balls don't accumulate. I think we've only seen like a couple in this game. 33 in 4 overs. We are in the 4th over right now. And that'll be an excellent yorker there from Mani Kam. Once again, just slows his pace down a bit. That one angling back in as well. There's been some swing on it. And that fourth stump Yorker, Ehsan looking to guide it through. Doesn't connect on it though. There's a short third man inside the ring. And this one hit to mid-on. Comfortably come through for that single. Oh no, it's going to be a misfield. And they'll come back for a couple of runs. As deep mid-wicket comes around to that. So misfield there, turning the 1 into 2. A comfortable 2 with that. And that'll keep Ehsan on strike. So it's been a pretty good one. Just the 4 runs have come off it till now, with 2 deliveries remaining. Oh, and that's gone up in the air. Mid-off's there, but it's going to go over him. Was looking to take that for a couple of seconds. Was interested. But that one ends up going over the top of him. And eventually rolling to the boundary. So with that, the good over we were talking about from Manikyam. You could call that a commentator's curse. But the 4-run over has doubled 8 runs coming from the 5 deliveries with 1 ball remaining. Oh, and this time, short mid-wicket, not putting a full stop to it, but deep mid-will. And a single to finish off. Ehsan, he'll retain strike with that. And at the end of 4, Comets going strongly at 40 for no loss. And Thiru now introduced into the attack, the first bowling change of the evening. And he'll be bowling to Ehsan. A Bumrah-like action, that's it straight down. Hits the stumps. And that's running away. We'll wait to see if that's called a boundary there. No, it's not. Just a single taken. Those 2 fielders there do well, mid-off and mid-on. Running back. And there's the swing and a miss, goes full. Does Thiru. And Faisal looking to drive that down the ground. Isn't able to connect. He's on a run ball 11. Ehsan at the other end. He's faced 15 deliveries. On to 28 now. Oh, and this time down the leg side. Signaled wide by the umpire. I think that will be or not. May have clipped the pad on the way through. Oh no, there's the wide now, yep. There's the wide. So we'll have to re-bowl that with Will Thiru as he races in. Oh, and this time wide on the offside. So both ends of the spectrum, both ends of the pitches there. Thiru getting a wide. Oh, it's quite interesting to see here. Faisal, I think he'd want to bowl. And more so at fuller length. If you have a look at the field, he's got a deep covers and a cow corner back. That's an outside edge. Wasn't expecting that. I think that bounce may just have taken him by surprise. Having a look. A deep covers and a cow corner in place. As Thiru races in. Oh, and this time signaled wide. Swinging away. And that's the 3rd wide we've seen now in this over. So the extras starting to pile up here. We've seen just 3 legal deliveries. So 3 legal deliveries, 3 wides. As Thiru comes in. That Bumrah-like action. And signaled another wide by the umpire. So some arm exercises for him today. Now the change of angle coming right arm around the wicket. We'll see if that helps. And it very much does. It's on the stumps, but it's been pulled away for a maximum. Off the bat of Ehsan Rashad. So the wide problem may be solved, but the Comets going strongly here. The Ehsan Rashad problem, that certainly has not been solved here for V-Desi. And with that, the 50 coming up for the Comets. 52 for no loss now in the 5th over. And Ehsan really taking a liking to these V-Desi bowlers. 34 of 16 he's raced off to, over 200 strike rate. And this time just swiveling away on that. Saw that on a good length, a bit short, a bit back of a good length. And effortlessly just pulling that away. Thiru now, what's he got coming back against that? He goes outside off. And the batsman did move across there, so not signalled a wide by the umpire. Interesting to see what the plan really is here from V-Desi. And bowling all over the place. This one on the pads, though, hit out onto the offside. And I think they've put a stop to that. That's good fielding. Some footwork there at the boundary. And there's back up there. So with that run, the Comets finish off. 5 overs done. And they had 55 for no loss. Coming back for the 3 on that one. So some really good running. And going at 11 and over here. The Comets haven't lost a wicket. Looking extremely good. Now some spin into the attack. The first time we see that in this innings. The final over of the power play. And they'll come through for that single. That's really well run. Extremely good running, Ehsan. Just tapping that one away into the offside. And Faisal there, quick to come through. The keeper trying to get the direct hit. Would have been really close that he got it. But not to be. It's Siva introduced into the attack. First time he's hit him on the pads. Appeal. Oh, not out, says the umpire. We'll wait for the signal. There did seem to be 2 noises. Did seem to be an inside edge there, and I think the umpire is going with that as well. Awarded off the pad. Off the bat, sorry. So this time, just a mid-on. Who does well there. So the spinner to bowl the final over of the power play. That is a big risk here that the V-Desi are taking. But they've got to take risk now. 57 for no loss midway through the 6th over. They need a wicket. This one down the leg side. Oh, this time comes down the track, hits that right back over his head. And that'll sail over the boundary. So both arms are lifted for the umpire as Ehsan deposits another one into the stands. So with yet another maximum, Comets move on to 64 for no loss now. And V-Desi in need of a wicket, in need of a breakthrough here. To try and pull this game back in their direction, because everything is with Comets right now. Siva, what's he got coming back from that? Oh, and he goes outside off. Pulls his length back just a bit. And just a dot ball there. Ehsan on to 44 from 22 deliveries. 200 strike rate. He's played 22 deliveries at. That is just absolutely amazing. Final ball of the power play coming up, and it's pulled away into the leg side, running away, more runs, and reaches the boundary into that Comets dugout there. You can see they'll celebrate. And with that, Ehsan moves on to 48, the end of 6. And Comets Cricket Club here, 68 for no loss. And now it'll be time for just a small drinks break. V-Desi, some of their players, the keeper, the captain, the bowlers, they'll have a conference. Look to see what they can do now. 68 for no loss after 6 overs, the Comets. Faisal Khan Ehsan Reshad, 48 off 23. Faisal Khan at the other end, a run ball 13. Playing a really good supporting hand. And V-Desi here in dire need of a wicket. It appears it'll be Thiru who is continuing. His first one was expensive, went for 15. With quite the wides being bowled in that over. There were 3 or 4. And now he'll continue bowling to Faisal. Oh, and this time wrapped on the pads, appeal, no. Seemed to be going down leg. And the umpire signals that as well. Thiru there, angling it back into Faisal. And unlike the other one in the last over, this one there was no bat involved, but well missing leg stump. This time a full toss, aerial and straight to the man. So there's the first wicket, the breakthrough we were talking about. And it's Faisal Khan who has to go. So once again now looking to accelerate. The power play was over into the middle overs, the second ball of the 7th. And he holds out to point. Saw that low full toss, tried to go after it. Didn't quite get the elevation or the power behind that shot. And he'll have to walk off. So Faisal Khan now gone for 13, and with that, the first wicket down for the Comets. 68 for 1 nonetheless, an excellent score here. And the new batsman you can see walking in. As the lights start to take full effect here at this ground. So Thiru here picking up a wicket. So now starts off with a wide to Shoaib's side, the new batsman out in the middle. Or is that just a dot ball? No, it is a wide. Signaled by the umpire. And Shoaib's side here, a young player from the DC metro area. Played a lot of cricket here. As that's a good Yorker, and with that he'll get off the mark. Brings Ehsan back on strike, but back to side. Represented the Fort Lauderdale Lions in minor league cricket. So Ehsan on strike now, 2 away from 50. And just guides that past. Straight to third man. One step closer now to that milestone. as he gets Shoaib back on strike. He took that single off the first delivery he faced. 2 deliveries remain in this over. It's been a top-notch one here. Just the 3 runs coming from it and that big wicket of Faisal Khan. Thiru, he's bowled extremely well. And this time, he's trying to guide that through. It was underneath the bat, that delivery. Oh, and this time uphill, and the finger's gone up. There's the wicket to fall. Shoaib side, he is not happy with that decision, but he'll have to go. Didn't think I heard a nick here, but the umpire certainly did. Raises his finger, and Thiru's picked up 2 in the same over. With that, V-Desi, they will celebrate. They're elated here. They've picked up Faisal Khan, and then the incoming batsman, Shoaib side, he'll have to go as well. So a couple of wickets now in this over. This time the inside edge flying through to the keeper. And at the end of 7, Comets are 71 for 2. Another new batsman out in the middle joining Ehsan Rashad is Anik Akram. And a new batsman. There's also a new bowler as Gopi is introduced into the attack. So he replaces Siva. Just the 1 over of spin there for him. As Gopi runs in, that one's it. A full toss straight back over the bowler's head. But long off is in place, keeps it to just a single. And with that, the 50 comes up for Ehsan Rashad. 50 from just 25 deliveries. What an innings this has been. A firepower innings here. Raises the bat to his teammates. Came out to bat, opening the batting. And from the word go, he was off. As Gopi runs in now. That one coming back in. Hit away onto the offside, and they'll come through for a single with for that delivery. Some excellent running. Gets Ehsan back on strike. 200 strike rate here to make 50. That is absolutely brilliant. Looking to continue the charge now. Oh, this time through mid-on. And there's no one out in the deep, so another boundary for Ehsan. He continues to look unstoppable here at the DCL ground in Oakton, Virginia. With that, moving on to 54. And he's at 5 boundaries and 3 maximums as Ehsan. An amazing innings from him unfolding here. Oh, this time tries to go again, saw that a bit short. A full 360, he turned on that. Was outside off, trying to pull it away over the leg side. But will just be a dot. This time it's pulled away as a man out in the deep. And it's gonna sail way over him. Was interested for a while, but that was always gonna be a maximum. So with that, Ehsan up to 60 now. He's got 10 from the last 3 deliveries. And after reaching that 50, continues to up the charge, this time even more. If that's possible, he was batting at a 200 strike rate before that half century. And after it, he is going for everything. First time hit on the pads, appeal. No, not out, says the umpire. That was definitely a bit high. May have also been some bat involved, but with that, the end of Gopi's first, 12 coming from it. And after 8, Comets 83 for 2, still going at over 10 and over. And now Siva continuing here, starts off with a wide to Anik Akram. Just took a single off his first delivery in that previous over. That one just played to mid-off. He'll come through for the single, and now number 45 on his back, Hassan Rashad on strike. And definitely replicating a number 45 in international cricket. Oh, his time short, pulls it away, goes over fine leg. Comfortably coming back for that second run on that. And Hassan here, that number 45, of course, in international cricket belonging to Rohit Sharma. And Sharma as well, so good on that pull shot, where we've seen Hassan score a ton of runs today. This time looking to go down the ground. Isn't able to connect on it though. So Siva, for the time being, he's kept Hassan quiet in this over. This time a bit of an inside edge, fast fine leg, but they'll just stick for the single this time. A very wide throw, but the keeper does well to get to it. Siva now to Akram. Oh, that's hit him on the pads. Was an appeal from that man at fine leg. No one else interested. Not the players, more importantly, not the umpire either. Final delivery of the 9th coming up. Oh, and this time it's straight back to the bowler. That was aerial for a while, but the catch not taken in, and with that, at the end of 9, Comets are 88 for 2. Now it'll be Gopi continuing. His first went for 12. Bowling to the hard-hitting Hassan now. He drives the first one down the ground to long off. One of the fielders outside the ring. You've got a long off. A deep cover is the two on the offside and on the onside. A long on and a cow corner. So the 4 fielders, the 5 allowed. And you've just got the 4 outside the ring. This one defended right back. Having a look at both these teams, they've played 3 games each. Comets, 3 they've played, 3 they've won undefeated in this tournament. And V-Desi on the other hand, 3 they've played and they've lost all 3, yet to win a game. This one got away over the offside. And it's running away, won't get to the boundary. But comfortably coming back for a couple of runs of the batsman. Looking for that third was Anik. But not on offer. Then that's just guided past a backward point. We'll get through for that single. Getting Ehsan on strike now to face the last 2 deliveries of this Gopi over. Which has been a good one. The 4 runs from it. With 2 deliveries remaining. Oh, and that's gone up in the air, over the offside, running away to the boundary. There is a man there, but he won't be able to get to it. Right. And so with that, once again, another good over we were talking about from Gopi, but it's been ruined. Ehsan going over the offside, picks up a boundary for that. With 1 delivery remaining in the 10th. Oh, and this time, wide outside that off stump, as signalled by the umpire. So he'll have to re-bowl that one. Trying to keep it out of Rashad's hitting arc. But not able to do so. Oh, his time goes down the ground. Long off's in place, but it doesn't matter. Because it goes over the boundary, so a maximum to finish off. 11 coming from the last 2 deliveries of that over. And the end of a 15-run over, that a big one. And now at the halfway mark of this innings after 10 overs, Comets looking set for a big score here. 103 for 2 they're at. Now Hari Kiran, the new bowler introduced into the attack. The first one a bit slowish. And short, just pulled away. A deep square leg out in the deep there. And that gets Ehsan back on to strike. 74 off 35 he's on to now. Here's Ehsan. This time short, pulls it away. And once again, it's that deep square leg fielder. Restricting it to the single. Oh, outside edge, and it flies past the diving keeper. Running away, don't think it's going to reach the boundary. As the fielder there comes around, restricting it to a couple of runs. Hari Kiran now the 6th bowling option for V-Desi. Into the 11th over. Looking to try and get that big wicket Ehsan, who's at the non-striker's end at the moment. This time it's Anik Akram who goes down the ground and picks up a boundary. He'd been watching from the dugout, and now from the non-striker's end, Ehsan doing all that power hitting. And this time decides to join the party himself. Goes straight back over the bowler's head. Saw that one a bit full. Hari Kiran this time pulls his length back. And that'll just be the single. With that, it'll be Ehsan to face that final delivery of the over. Oh, and that'll be a swing and a miss to finish off. So with that, a good over there coming to an end. And after 11, Comets are 112 for 2. Siva now back into the attack. This time goes down the ground. There's a man in the deep. Oh, he puts it down. That one just popping out of his hands. There's that wicket of Anik Akram on the line. Siva here's first to win for 18. This time creating an opportunity, going full. And now to Ehsan, that one's gone up in the air. Oh, falls in no man's land. It was between square leg and mid wicket. At the edge of the ring. And they'll come through for another single. So with the dropped catches, luck has been on Comets' side throughout this innings. Oh, and this time it's straight back to the bowler. Bit of a misfield, but won't cost them any runs. And now driven away into the offside. This has been a really good over from Siva. Just the 3 runs have come from it after the first 4 deliveries. 2 remaining now. Oh, and this time it hard straight to that man at covers. Another dot ball. Final ball of Siva's over coming up. Let's see if he can finish it off well. It's been one of the best overs for V-Desi in this innings. And that one's hit him on the pads. Not out, says the umpire. Going down the leg side, and with that, the end of 12 overs, and Comets are 115 for 2. Hari Kiran now continuing his first, went for 9. And he's got a slip in place. More of a second slip, really. That one's just guided through the point. It's Ehsan on strike. And for him, the slip's taken off. He still want it in place. I think he does. So this is quite A brave field, you could say, Hurricane is setting. Having a fielder there at slip. Trying to be attacking here. In search of a wicket V-Desi. That one's just guided on a good length. This time goes down the ground. Long one's in place. Coming around underneath it. Oh, puts it down. The deep mid wicket will come around to make sure it's not a boundary. As they just settle for that single. So again, another drop catch. I think that's maybe the third life that Ehsan's got in this innings. Time guided away, straight to point though. So will just be a dot ball. This over, like the last, turning out to be a good one. Just the 2 runs we've seen. With 2 deliveries remaining in Hurricane's second. Oh, a swing and a miss there. To Anik. Once again, we can see that now those dot balls starting to build. We saw in the first half of the innings, dot balls were very much limited. Saw the batsman just tapping it around, coming through for that single. This time, he's gone up once again, trying to go for that big shot. On the bounce though, to the man in the deep. And so with that, at the end of a very good 13th over, just the 3 coming from it. And Comets after those 13 are 118 for 2. Ehsan now just having a drink there. .77 of 42 he's on to now. Came out, opened the batting, maximised that power play, kept them at 10 and over for the majority of these innings in these last couple of overs. Just the 6 runs have come from the last 2 overs. So V-Desi now fighting their way back into this game. This one just worked away down the ground for the single from Anik. And that'll get Ehsan onto strike. Just pull that one away. And past the fielders in that inner ring. There is a deep square leg though. Keeps it down to just a single. Oh, this time an inside edge. As a square leg comes around. Comets looking to be aggressive as far as their shots go. This time stepping across, looking for that big inside out shot over the offside. For the spinner, interesting to see the keeper not standing directly up to the stumps. Could have been a stumping on that last ball. This time comes down the track once again. Final ball of the over coming up. It's just defended right back to Siva. So with that, the end of 14. And Comets are 122 for 2. Hari Kiran now continuing. His last one went for just 3. This time goes down the ground. There is a man there, but it'll go over him. So a maximum now for Ehsan Rashad. Picks up yet another one. This time to start off this Hari Kiran over. The last 3 overs went for just 10. Now looking to up the run rate once again, Ehsan. This time wide, reaches out for that one. Bit of a misfield at covers. Having a look, Ehsan up to 85 from 46, 6 boundaries and 6 maximums. 86 he's on to now with that single. Anik Akram on strike. Oh, that's just guided past. That man at slip. With that single, Ehsan coming back on to strike. What an innings he's played till now. Hari Kiran changing the angle up around the wicket. On this time, pulled away into the leg side. There is a man there, but it'll go over him. So the second maximum of the over. And with that, Ehsan moves into the 90s. Two deliveries remain in this Hari Kiran over. And this time a bit of an inside edge. Just to the keeper there. This over has gone for 14. With 1 delivery remaining. So that one's just going to be pulled away into the leg side. And I think he's found that gap. He has. Ehsan, there was a cow corner and a deep square leg in place, but he's pierced that gap perfectly with that. And so a boundary to finish off with that, moves up to 96. And Comets down onto 140 for 2. So 140 for 2 after 15, 5 overs remaining. And Comets, they are all set here for a big score. Could very well look to get over that 200 run mark. 60 runs in 5 overs, the way they're going, very much possible. Anik now on strike as Thiru's been brought back. His first 2 overs picked up 2 for 18. With both those wickets up, Faisal Khan, Shoaib Syed in the same over. The only 2 wickets to fall. This time starts off with a good Yorker. Just hit out to the man in the deep for the single. Ehsan now on to 96. Thiru runs in. That's a full toss, just pulled away. Will just be a dot ball. Scored a ton of runs on that pull shot. Those pull shots, hook shots there through the leg side. And now won it away from a century. That's gone up in the air, over the offside. There is a man out in the deep though. As they come back for that second, that's really good running. With that, moves up to 98, Ehsan. 2 away. That's driven straight to covers though. They'll decide against that single. So Ehsan keeps strike. Just the 3 runs we've seen from the first 4 deliveries of this Thiru over. And that's driven down the ground. Just settling for the single, the 2 batsmen. So with that, Anik on strike to face the final delivery of the 16th over. Oh, and it'll be a swing and a miss to finish off. So with that, the end of 16 overs, and Comets are 144 for 2. And that'll just be it down the ground. And with that, Ehsan Rashad gets to his 100. What a 100 this has been. Absolutely brilliant from him. 100 from just 55 deliveries. Opening the batting, we've seen some excellent hits from him. And bats throughout now. That 100 coming up. 7 boundaries and 7 maximums. Is now to Anik Akram. And that one called leg buys, but going back to Ehsan now. 7 boundaries, 7 maximums, a 55 ball 100. What an innings. This has been absolutely brilliant from him. Hit the ball to all parts of this ground. As Mani Krishna runs in. And just pulling that away past the fielder. Running away and just about reaches over the boundary. So with that, Ehsan now picking up more runs on the leg side. He's hit a lot of runs here. I've seen from V-Desi all those deliveries. Good length, back of a good length, a bit short. They've all been pulled away to the boundary from Ehsan. 70 runs he scored off of boundaries. As this one's a bit of an inside edge, but he'll come back for that second run quite comfortably in the end. 70 runs he scored off of the 14 deliveries he's hit to the boundary. So quite the innings this has been from Ehsan. 152 for 2 the Comets are. Ehsan alone 106. As Mani Krishna runs in, and that one's gone up in the air, looking to clear long off, and he does exactly that. There is a drop catch there. May not have cleared the man, and they'll come through for an overthrow. So coming back for 3 there with that 2. As that ball was up in the air, hit a long off. Another dropped opportunity for V-Desi. And the 1 for the overthrow. As the keeper missed that one. And so with that, Anik now on to strike. As that one's hit down the ground to long off. Just keeps it to the single. So with that, Hassan now back on strike. This time a full toss down the leg side and just flicks it away effortlessly. Picks up another boundary, does Hassan. You cannot bowl full tosses to him, not at this stage. He's just looking to get everything away. And with that, it'll be the end of 17 overs. Comets Cricket Club 159 for 2. And it appears that Anik Akram is being retired out, and Rosi Islam is striding out to the middle to join Ehsan. So Anik there, 21 off 25, and now for the final 3 overs, it'll be Rosi out in the middle. He'll be the man on strike. Rossi, usually someone we see at the top opening the batting. This time coming in at number 5, that finisher's role. So change in responsibility for him as he goes down the ground. The first ball. Oh, on the bounce to the man there in the deep. Steps down the track, pulls that away. There's a deep mid wicket in place though. Gopi here, the bowler, his first 2 have been expensive. Gone for 27. Bowling the 18th over here. Will most probably bowl the 20th as well. Which leaves the 19th to Mani Krishna, who bowled that last over. This one down the leg side, signalled wide. It's actually Manikam who's come back into the attack. So his first 2, much more economical, got for 18. Interesting to see Thiru, he's still got no over left. 2 for 22 it is 3. He's clearly been the pick of the bowlers. This time short, pulls it away. For another single. But Thiru, he's got no over left. So he'll probably bowl out. Then you've got Mani Kyam here. So those could well be the 2 bowlers to bowl these final 2 overs, 19th and the 20th after this. This one just a dot ball there. Keeps it on the offside. 2 deliveries remain in this 18th over. It's been a good one. Just the 4 runs from it till now. Hassan's on strike. This one down the leg side. The second wide of the over now. And with that, the extra's up to 13. 12 wides we've seen. This one straying down the leg side from Manikam. So he is feeling a bit of pressure here. Once again goes on the pads. That's gone up in the air. Cries of catch it. But it's going to end up going over the boundary. A couple of bounces. And Ehsan picks up another boundary. moves his score up to 118 now from just 62 deliveries. And what an innings this is turning out to be from him. 168 for 2. Comets are on to, with 1 delivery remaining in the 18th. And this time he's hit that away onto the leg side once again. And he picks up another boundary for it, this time a maximum in fact. So Ehsan finishes the over off. The last 2 deliveries go for 10. And with that, the end of 18 overs. Comets 174 for 2 they're at. Or is there one ball still remaining? It appears there is. No, they've called the over. So the end of 18 overs. Comets 174 for 2 with the final 2 overs coming up. Eyeing that 200 mark are the Comets, and with beginning like that, very much possible. More than possible in fact. But well, try and get to that 210 mark. But for now, 200 that target, 26 runs away. As it'll be a Rosi Islam on strike. And that one's cut away. Past the man there inside the ring. Deep point though. Comes around. The batsman coming back for a comfortable couple of runs. This time past mid-wicket, deep mid-wickets there though. So they'll keep that to the signal. And now Ehsan back on strike. 124 he's on with 10 deliveries remaining in this innings. This time hits it down the ground. Long on's very wide, and so that'll reach the boundary. Ehsan finding the gaps well here, placing the delivery. And of course, with the extreme power he possesses, picks up yet another boundary. Comets on to 181 now. This time down the leg side, signalled wide by the umpire. That was the 11th boundary from Ehsan. 11 boundaries, 8 maximums. In his 64 ball, 128. Batting at a 200 strike rate. This has truly been a phenomenal innings. Steps a couple of steps down the track now. And just hitting that out to the bat in the deep. A bit of a misfield. But no harm done, as they'll just stick to the single. Rosi now on strike. This time that's gone up in the air. And over that covers region, runs away to the boundary. So this time a boundary off the bat of Rosi Islam. And 4 runs nonetheless for the Comets, on to 187 with 1 delivery remaining in the 19th. This over has already gone for 17 runs, I believe now. Or 13 with that. 13 runs this over has gone for. 1 delivery remains, the penultimate. And this time just hits him on the pads, may just have been a bit of an inside edge, but with that, the end of 19 overs, 13 coming from that, and Comets now with 1 over remaining are 187 for 2. And it'll be Manikam to bowl the final over here. Bowling to Ehsan. The first one starts off with a dot. 129 Ehsan's on now. 187 Comets are at. 13 away from 200. This time goes down the ground. There's a man there, but it won't matter. Because that'll be yet another maximum. The 9th of the innings now from Ehsan. Moves up to 135 and Comets into the 190s with that. Oh, I've seen so much power hitting from him in this innings. It's truly been phenomenal. Oh, this time an inside edge. And we'll just jog through for that single. Definitely no more than that on offer. Now with 3 deliveries remaining, 194 Comets are at. When he goes down the ground, does Rossi. But a couple of bounces to the man there. They want to come back for the second. Chance. Oh, and I think they may. Nah, he's made it in. That's very well run there from Ehsan. Running to the danger end. He's been out there for all 20 overs. Now with 2 deliveries remaining, Comets are 4 away from that 200. Oh, and this time it's straight back. Oh, dropped catch there. And a chance, and he'll have to go, Rossi. Just jogging through for that single. Oh no, it seems he will just stay there. Rossi is out. But it is just the last delivery of the innings. So no point of having a runner come out. So Rossi just acts as a runner there. But now Ehsan on strike. The final delivery of the innings coming up. Oh, and that's pulled away into the leg side. And he finishes it off with the maximum. So what a way to finish the innings off. 202 for 3 the Comets after 20 overs. And Ehsan Rashad himself 142 not out. Coming from just 69 deliveries. What an innings this has been. Absolutely amazing and brutal power hitting we've seen. An innings consisting of 11 boundaries and 10 maximums. As he walks off and the field to the applause of his teammates. Comets, they've put on a mammoth total here. 202 for 3. And V-Desi now, they lead 203 to win. What should be a very tough chase for them. Join us in just a couple of minutes for that. As V-Desi attempt to chase down this 203 in 20 overs. And pick up their first win of the season. And now the V-Desi openers out in the middle as the second innings is about to get underway. The Comets side in the field. Welcome back to our audience. So V-Desi here needing 203 to win from their 20 overs, which will definitely be a tough task. Abdul to open the attack. It's going to be Sunil Reddy, the man on strike. Slip in place. That one's just worked away into the leg side. And with that, V-Desi, they are up and running. Come through for a single. Abdul Wahid, the bowler. And with that, it'll be Varun who comes on to strike. Just guides that one past to point. And gets off the mark with that as well. So a couple of singles to start the innings off. And both the openers are off the mark. And that's gone up in the air, over the top. And that's running away. Don't think it'll reach the boundary, doesn't. And the throw comes in. They'll come back for a couple of runs. Time just cuts that away. Chance. No, he makes it in the end. Puts the dive in. Come through for that single. The batsman just getting back on his feet, adjusting all his equipment. He has me just have hurt his arm there, putting that dive in. Now as play resumes here, Abdul Wahid, that's gone up in the air, just over the infield there. Doesn't have the legs to carry it to the boundary. And so the batsman coming back for another couple of runs. One delivery remains now in this first over. It's gone for just the 6 till now. And that's just going to be defended. So the end of the first over, just 6 runs coming from it. And V-Desi are 6 for no loss after 1. It'll be spin to bowl the second over as Anis Rahman is introduced into the attack. And that's gone up in the air. Over the infield once again, running away to the boundary. Won't get there though. As they come back for a couple of runs quite comfortably. A long off in place, the only man outside the ring as of now. We have seen a couple of deliveries go over that covers region. Just a bit of an outside edge to backward point, but I think we could soon see a man more at a 45-ish around that deep covers region. This one is tucked away into the leg side. Come back for yet another couple of runs. So seeing those twos now in the power play, just hitting it out over the infield. Well, we haven't seen a boundary. Runs are coming here for V-Desi. That's it down the ground, just past that fielder. It was aerial for a while, and that'll run away just as we say. We haven't seen a boundary. There's the first one. Call it commentator's curse if you'd like. But there, that'll be the first boundary of the innings. Comes off the bat of Varun Jain. Oh, that's a top edge. It's gone up in the air. Oh, just short of that fielder. Faisal Haq, the man there. Ran to his left, trying to catch that top edge, but not able to in the end. One delivery remaining in the second. And that's gone up in the air. There's a man in the deep. And the first wicket falls. So Anis strikes off his last delivery of his first over. And it's Varun Jain who'll have to go. V-Desi, they've lost one early. 16 for 1 now at the end of 2. Comets picking up that early wicket which they would have liked to. The spin of Anis which has done the trick. As the new batsman walks in. So a bit lucky on the previous ball was Varun with that top edge, not carrying to the man at short third. But this time though he'll have to go. Now the new batsman Ravi Kishore joining Sunil Reddy out in the middle. And he will be the man on strike because the two batsmen did cross. And Abdul Waseem to continue here. Oh, that's gone up in the air. May have been off the glove. Just popped up there. No one there to take the catch though. Abdul Waheed here. Continuing his first one, went for just 6. Oh, that's gone up in the air. Oh, falls in no man's land. There was an extra cover. There was a cover. Seems to go in between those two. Well, for point and covers really, that one. Bit of an in-between shot from Sunil Reddy. Not really looking to hit it over the top as much. Didn't have the power behind that. May just have been in double minds there. time just defended right back to the bowler. So 3 dots now to start this over off. It's been a really good one. Some tight bowling we see here from Abdul Wahid, creating a few opportunities as well. Oh, this time a misfield. And with that, the first runs coming from Abdul Wahid's over. So now to the new batsman, Ravi Kishore. And that's one's gone up in the air and straight back to him. So there's the wicket now, the second one down. And it's a Ravi Kishore who has to go for a golden duck. So the second wicket down, 17 for 2, Abdul Wahid. What no way, he was bowling 3 dots, then that single off a missed field, and now picks up a wicket. 17 for 2, V-Desi here in a big chase. Still require another 186 from 17 overs and a delivery remaining in this one. That required rate over 10.8 now, so V-Desi struggling as Dheeraj walks out to the middle. And now moving the fielders up. Short third man moved well up. Oh, and that'll be a dot to finish off. A swing and a miss there. So with that, the end of 3 overs, and V-Desi are 17 for 2. Anis Rahmani are continuing. Sunil Reddy just keeps that first one out. Defended into the offside. Oh, this time just helps that one on its way, a bit short. Running away. I don't think it'll reach the boundary. They come back for a couple of runs. This one just defended into the offside. So yet another dot ball. I've seen quite the dots in this innings. In the first one we saw Comets just looking to get through for those quick singles, put pressure on the fielders. Haven't seen that as much from V-Desi. That one just defended. So again, this time cut away over the infield, and that'll run away to the boundary for 4. So a boundary now, this time off the bat of Ravi Kishore. Or Dheeraj actually, that is. This one down the leg side. Hassan himself chasing after that. And what an innings he played earlier today. 142 not out from 69 deliveries, 11 boundaries, 10 maximums. Hit 104 runs from just boundaries and maximums. That one's gone up in the air. Oh, put down. Put down there at deep point. Went straight to him, but it is always harder to judge that ball under lights. So Ravi Kishore gets a life. Oh, and that's the top edge. Goes over, keeper in the slip. That's running away. Won't reach the boundary. Tries the luck that is there. And the batsman coming back for a couple of runs. So 4 runs have come off the first 4 deliveries of this over. Now a dot there. It's been really good from Abdul Wahid. 1 delivery remains in his 3rd over. Putting 3 on the trot here in the power play. And this time he goes just a short extra covers, and with that a dot to finish off. Just 4 runs coming from that over. And after 5, V-Desi are 27 for 2. Now slip taken off as Anik Akram is introduced into the attack. Hassan now on to fine leg, and there's a deep 3rd in place as well. Final over of the power play coming up. Oh, that's a good yorker there to start off. Appeal there for LBW. May have been 2 noises. This time, hit out to Faizulak there at the deep 3rd man. Guided through. This time, just guided through the backward point. We get another single. Deep 3rd man, the only field outside the ring. 6-3 field that Comets have opted with. 6 players there on the offside. We'll come back to that after this delivery. Just guided to backward point once again for another dot ball. But you've got a deep third man. That's outside the ring, inside the ring. You've got a backward point, cover point, short covers, and a mid-off. So a lot of fielders there. Packed ring on the offside. This one just hit straight back to the bowler. Yet another dot ball. Just the one run we've seen from this over till now. With one delivery remaining. It's been a top-notch over from Anik. This time a dot to finish off an inside edge on the pad. And with that, the end of 6 overs, and after the power play, V-Desi are 28 for 2. The end of the power play. Now you can see 4 fielders outside the ring. We'll come back to that in just a minute. As that one's pulled away to a vacant fine leg region. So again, having a look at that field, you've got a deep mid wicket, long on, long off, and a deep covers. 4 men outside the ring. Field more evenly split now, a 5-4 field, favouring the offside. That one's just defended by Ravi Kishore. And this time just defended into the leg side. Chance, no. And there is backup there. At point. Oh, this time a top edge. There's a man there at fine leg. And he'll take the catch. So there's the wicket now, the third one to fall. And it's Ravi Kishore who has to go. So Naveed brought into the attack. And he strikes in just his first over. V-Desi 30 for 3 now in the 7th over. In quite the trouble here. Still need another 175 from 13.2 overs. Naveed picking up a wicket though. No batsman from him, just the 2 runs he's conceded. And now picking up a wicket with 2 deliveries remaining in the over. And the new batsman striding out to the middle is Sandeep. Joins Dheeraj out there. And it appears Sandeep will be the man on strike, because the 2 batsmen did cross while that ball was up in the air. A bit of a top edge from Ravi Kishore. And the catch taken at fine leg, a good one inside the ring. 2 deliveries remain in this over now. That one just left alone by Sandeep at dot. And he'll have to re-bowl that one, a wide signaled by the umpire. Once again trying to keep it wide, just inside the tram line, but he keeps it just outside on that occasion. This time flight it up, appeal, and the finger's gone up. So there's another wicket to fall, and that extra delivery has resulted in a wicket. And V-Desi have lost 2 wickets in the space of just 3 deliveries. Naveed picks up yet another, this time trapping Sandeep in front, who goes for a duck. A second ball duck for him, and V-Desi now 4 down, 31 for 4 at the end of 7. Mani Krishna now joining Dheeraj out in the middle. In need of a partnership are V-Desi here. And some power, hitting 172 from 13 overs. Quite the uphill task. 13.2 that required rate. First one there, just defended. In once again on another good Yorker, just defended, not really getting in line with the ball, stepping away, the opposite actually. Well, stepping away, looking to just defend those. He's bowling quick here. Anik Akram, and continuing. On this time, pulled away, and the catch is taken. So there's the wicket. Anik Akram strikes, and V-Desi have lost half their side now. 5 down as Dheeraj walks back, and so it'll be 2 new batsmen at the crease. Mani Krishna yet to face delivery, the incoming batsman, and we'll get you his name in a minute as well. Also on 0 of 0. Anik here picking up a wicket. 31 for 5. V-Desi midway through the 8th over. And that one just defended there onto the offside. That's the new batsman Manikyam on strike. And there was a good catch taken there at mid-wicket. Running back, kept his eyes on the ball and made sure it didn't pop out. This has been a really good over. 4 dots, including that wicket of Dheeraj. And it'll be another dot there. Anik bowling extremely well here. 1 delivery remains. On the verge of bowling a wicket maiden over. Now the field just spreading a bit, moving a bit back. Mani Krishna here, the man on strike. Final delivery of this over coming up. And it's just guided out to that man there at backward point. And with that, the end of Anik's over. Wicket maiden that is. And after 8 overs, V-Desi are 31 for 5, in quite some trouble here. Still requiring another 172 to win from 12 overs. It'll be a wide to start this over off from Naveen. His last over conceded just the 3 runs. More importantly, picked up 2 wickets of his final 3 deliveries. As this one's just guided to third man for that single. Some good running there. Good delivery there. Just another dot ball. This has been some good bowling here, some excellent bowling from the Comets. Have already picked up 5 wickets. This one looks to just keep it out there. This time down the leg side. Gave it some flight. Doesn't get the line right though. So the second wide of the over. Wide's the only way that V-Desi have gotten runs in this over. Oh, and that one just looking to fish at it. Outside that off stump. Doesn't connect though. On he goes down the ground. There's a man there. On the bounce to him though. They'll come through for that single. Oh, that one just defended. And that'll finish off the over. Just 3 runs coming from it. And after 9, V-Desi are 34 for 5 with 11 overs to go, requiring another 169 runs to win.
Yeah, see you on Sunday. Okay. Tomorrow we don't have wicket. Yeah.
That one just defended there. The new bowler, Shoaib Syed, into the attack. The spin has been quite valuable for this Comet side in various different tournaments. This time looking to step across the batsman, exposing his stumps there. this time. Just another dot ball. Some good bowling here from Syed. And that's gone up in the air. Rolls over the short mid wicket though. So a couple of dots now to start this over off. And he goes up in the air. There's a man there, and it's going to go over his head. So now with a boundary here, Manikyam. The first for him in the innings. And Shoaib side there deciding to go a bit full. Manikyam just opening his arms up and clears that man at long on. He wasn't at the edge of the boundary. He was a couple of steps in. But nonetheless, he'll pick up a boundary for that. Goes again. This time much flatter through the offside. And he picks up another 4. So back-to-back boundaries now for Manikyam. And he is really looking good here. Having some fun out in the middle. We'll need a lot more shots like that. Will V-Desi if they're to get anywhere close to chasing this target down? Oh, and this time that's been pulled away into the leg side, and that'll raise away to the boundary for 4. So now Shoaib side's brother Wahab side into the attack, and he's greeted with a boundary off the bat of Mani Krishna. So we saw Manikyam at the other end, hitting his shots, goes for his this time. Mani Krishna looking to join the party, and he does exactly that. Wahab side now under some pressure. What's he got? Goes wide, tries to keep it outside the batsman's reach. A bit too wide though. And once again, another wide there signaled by the umpire. So some pressure on side now. Went on the pads, got hit for a boundary, and now we're a bit too wide there outside off with consecutive extras being bowled. And that's much better. Keeps it on that 5th stump line. Looking to cut it away, the batsman, not getting the connection. Oh, and this time an outside edge, and it's running away to the boundary. Oh, won't get there. This time a swing and a miss, looking to drive it through that covers region. Doesn't get the connection. Oh, that'll just be a dot there. One delivery remaining in this over. It's gone for the 7 till now. There's a boundary and a couple of extras. After that, he's come back well aside. And there, just a dot to finish off. So at the end of 11 overs. And V-Desi here are 49 for 5. Requiring another 154 from 9 overs. More than 17 and over. And they'll need quite the big hitting miracle to even get close to that from this stage. Shoaib side now, continuing the first one. guide that one through. Will just be the dot ball. Mani Krishna here, the man on strike. There, just a dot ball. Oh, just cuts that away. Straight to the man there though, at short third man. Was a couple of steps inside from that 30-yard circle ring. Oh, and he goes downtown. There's a man there. On a couple of bounces to him though, not getting that distance on that shot. Got quite the elevation. Not enough power to clear the boundary. With that single, it's Money Camp now on strike. He kind of just sweeps that away to long on. This one there just defended onto the offside. And with that, the end of 12 overs, V-Desi are 51 for 5. 8 overs remaining, requiring another 152 to win this game. Wahab side now into the attack. That first one through the offside. And this time, just a dot looking to cut that away. Doesn't connect on it though, Mani Krishna. This time an inside edge to mid wicket. That throw back in for the single. So V-Desi now not looking for those big shots. Mainly looking to just work it around, settle for those singles. It appears there is a bit of a stop in play here, which is interesting to see. Appears to be a drinks break in the middle of an over, which is very interesting to see here. Surprised the umpires are allowing that. Now it appears with that fielder walking off, who came on to give the batsman some drinks. Play shall resume. So Wahab's side is at the top of his run-up. That one just defended into the leg side. This time up in the air, through that covers region. And that'll run away to the boundary for 4. Didn't think it stopped just before. We'll wait for the umpire's confirmation. No, it did just stop before the boundary, so they'll come back for a couple of runs with that. And this time a bit of an inside edge chance. No. Some excellent running there. Getting through quickly. That's good to see. With the end of that over, 5 runs coming from it, and after 13, V-Desi are now 56 for 5. Oh, that one is defended right back. Played into the leg side and coming through for that single. Some good work there at fine leg. With the batsman quick in between the stumps as well. Oh, there, just a bit of an edge. Inside edge there will just be the dot ball. Short third man does well, going to his left to put a stop to that. Oh, this time just looking to guide that through. Doesn't get the connection on it though. Slip in place now. That one just defended right back. The Shoaib side over. It turned out to be really good. Just the 1 run he's conceded till now. 1 delivery remains. Oh, and there, just a swing and a miss. So with that, the end of 14 overs in V-Desi are 57 for 5. With the final 6 overs coming up. 146 needed, which is very unreasonable now at this stage for V-Desi. Mathematically possible, realistically not so much. This time that's gone up in the air and over the infield on the offside. The throw comes in, limiting it to just a single. Abdul Wahid, the bowler. Oh, this time that's gone up in the air. The bowler himself coming underneath it. Oh, puts it down, chance of a run out. And he's hit the stumps. And so that'll be the wicket. May have dropped the catch, but gets a direct hit at the non-striker's end. And so Mani Krishna, he'll have to go. Abdul Wahid there, picking up a wicket in the form of a run out. 6th wicket down now for V-Desi. The partnership is broken. Mild celebrations for this Comet side, as they know this game is very much theirs. And Thiru, the new man, out in the middle. And this time that's just played into the offside. And this time that's it down the ground. Long off and long on in place. They'll just get through for that single. Abdul Wahid bowling a good over here. Just the 2 runs he's gone for and the wicket. Oh, and he's got the stops. There's the wicket now. Another one falling. And Abdul Wahid, he picks up his 2nd in the over. So 2 wickets fall now in the over. 7 down. Or V-Desi, and this time it's Thiru who has to go. Gopi now, the new batsman, out in the middle. And that'll just be defended there onto the offside. So a dot there to finish off. And after 15, V-Desi are 59 for 7. And goes for a big shot there. He'll get all of it, so a boundary now to Manikam. And that'll finish off Shoaib Said's over. His 4 overs just goes for the 19. Or is there one ball still remaining? It appears there is. And that one over the offside. Running away to the boundary. Won't get there though. So just stay for that single. Faisal the bowler. This time down the leg side. Not signal. That is signal wide there in the end. Both the arms outstretched for the umpire, so he'll have to re-bowl that. Well, Faisal Haq. This time pulled away. And that's running away towards the boundary. Don't think it'll get there. Stops just before. And they'll come back for a couple of runs with that. This time that's gone up in the air. And just past the backward point there for that single. And with that, the end of Faisal Haq's over. And now just 3 more overs remaining in the innings. And this time an inside edge. Running away towards that fine leg boundary, though there is deep third man. Then just defended right back. Anik Akram, the bowler. Started this over off well. This time played through the offside. There's a man there. Just keeping it to the single. That's a deep third man and a deep point. The only 2 fielders outside the ring. And this time hit him on the pads, appeal. Not out though, says the umpire. 77 for 7. It's 16 balls remaining now. So V-Desi hasn't been the best of innings from them. Chasing a mammoth total. Never really looked to be in the game. Mathematically impossible now. 54 runs and over needed. And Anik here, he's bowled a top-notch over. Just the 2 runs he's conceded till now, with 1 delivery remaining. This time it's straight back. Oh, past the bowler though, got a hand to it. Wasn't able to put a full stop. And with that, the end of the over. After 18, V-Desi are 78 for 7. Final 2 overs coming up now. This time goes for the reverse sweep. He isn't able to connect on it though. It's Faisal into the attack. Oh, and this one straying down the leg side. Isn't signalled wide by the umpire. May have been some pad on the way through. Once again goes down the leg side. This time hits him on the pads. And the finger's gone up. The batsman isn't happy about that. But he'll have to go. There we go. Walks off after lingering around for a few seconds there. And so the 8th wicket falls for V-Desi. Mani Krishna has to go, and replacing him now is Hari Kiran, the new batsman you can see walking out. I think there may have been some bat on that. That's what the batsman was concerned about. Hit him in front of leg stump. Looking to kind of cross bat that away through a vacant fine leg region. Slip in place now. And he's hooked that away. With that, Hari Kiran, he'll get off the mark. Picks up a single for that. This time just on the stumps, defended by Faisal, or by the batsman Manikam. Faisal, the bowler though, he's bowled extremely well. He's picked up a wicket, just conceded the 1 run. Final ball of his spell coming up now. Steps across, looks to hit that away, and they'll just settle for the single with that. And so 80 for 8 at the end of 19. The penultimate's done, and now the final 6 balls of the innings coming up. This time just hits it straight back to the bowler. Here's it's Anik Akram here into the attack. just hit down the ground. Looking for that single, they'll get it eventually. This time just hit straight to mid-off. 3 more deliveries remain now in the innings. Comets here, the well-deserved winners. Just wrapping up the formalities now. This one down the leg side. The wait continues as Aniki left a ball an extra delivery. Oh, and this time an excellent Yorker there. Which will just be a dot ball. Well, that's just steered there, just wide of point. But it will just be the dot ball. Here we go now, the final ball coming up. 121 needed for V-Desi to win. And that one's just going to be hit down the ground. A dot to finish off, and the Comets comprehensively beat V-Desi here. They've outperformed them in all 3 departments, batting first and then in the field and with the ball. 120 run victory for the Comets here. Batting first made a 202 for 3 in their 20 overs. All thanks to Asad Reshan and his innings. 142 not out from 69 deliveries, 11 boundaries and 10 maximums. And now with the ball, performing extremely well, the Comets. Abdul Wahid 2 for 13. Naveed Anwar 2 for 6. And eventually bowling V-Desi out here 8. Really well done out the middle. Now you guys won the toss, decided to bat first. We're looking for that about 170, 180 mark. You guys said at the toss and got to 202. So tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so the focus was just to get a good start up front, and then see how we do in the power play, and then kind of go from there. I mean, Hassan just probably one of the best innings of the season for I guess any team out there. So he just made it look things easy for us. I think we were like 6 over 68 for like I think 1 loss, and kind of the focus was just continue the momentum. Big thing on this wicket is like you have to continue the momentum once you're set in. Once you're in, you have to go all the way and help the team get that big score. And obviously he scored I think close to like 130 plus, so it just made it easy for everybody else to just come in and support him, and then the way what he does, it just made it easy for us.
Yeah, absolutely, and really well done, right, Assam, and we'll talk to him a bit later as well. Now, with the ball, we're moving to the second innings. Tell us a bit about that 82 for 8 you restricted V-Desi to, which is an excellent score there, and then that 120 run victory, so tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, the focus was, especially knowing that we are in the playoffs for next weekend, so the focus was just to get the guys in, get everyone warmed up, get ready, so that's how we focus on the batting side and also on the bowling side. Not that we took the opponents lightly, it's just to get our momentum going. You never know, you could be in a position where you need one of those guys to step up who haven't been able to get those chances. So that was the focus on the bowling side. I think everybody bowled really well. They hung around pretty well, so they may force us to bowl 20 overs. But at least on our side, nobody went loose. Everybody kind of restricted them, and that's where we were under 16 overs. So you can't ask for anything better.
Yeah, and now going into the semi-finals next weekend, right, as you said, touched on that you guys are in the playoffs. What do you want to continue to do, and what's the focus really going to be going into that semi-final game?
Yeah, the focus has been just fixing those gaps, or I guess you can call them weaknesses or whatever, and making sure you're kind of all covered. You can't, big games like a playoff game, anything can happen on that day, so you can't, even we have the momentum, you just have to be ready and prepared. So the focus is, to take this momentum going forward and making sure everybody's in their form, so everybody can chip in when it matters the most. So that's where I think we're going to focus on and what we can do internally.
Well, once again, congratulations on the win. Really well played. Good luck for the semis.
Thanks so much.
Now I've got the man of the match with me, Ahsan Areshad, for an innings of 142 not out from 69 deliveries, 11 boundaries and 10 maximums. Ahsan, first off, really well played. So just tell us about that innings of it.
Yeah, it was one of my innings to watch. It's long overdue. I've always been playing the Gary innings, but I've always been getting out in the 90s and 80s. I've never hit that century yet. So I was really looking forward to that, but at the same time, while I was batting, the conditions weren't that good in the beginning. The ball was getting a little bit, plus they weren't giving me balls to hit at all, because you have to put all your force and strength to hit those boundaries. After my first 40-50 runs, I started, the ball was coming onto the bat very nice. The swing was done, but at the same time, it was kind of a good innings. But at the same time, I just had it in the back of my mind that this is going to be the day, and I did it, and I'm very proud of myself, and I'm glad I did it. So it was a good game.
And from the outside, 142 in less than half the delivery, so batting it over that 200 strike rate. From the outside, it really did feel like you went after everything. But tell us about how you really decided to pace this innings.
Yeah, in the beginning, I was just thinking to myself that I was gonna go after the deliveries that I'm strong at, and I went after all those deliveries, and they were balling the same deliveries over and over. There was a couple good balls here and there, but they were pitching the ball right where I wanted them to pitch. So I was like, if I see the ball, I'm gonna go after it, and I did, and it paid off. I got some chances as well too, but yes, fortune favors the brave sometimes, and I think today was my day when it comes to batting, so I'm glad.
Well, it absolutely was, and congratulations on this innings and the win, and good luck for your next year.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. So there you have it. Comets Cricket Club, they've won by a comprehensive margin, 120 runs, and now they advance into the semi-finals. So join us for that. But before that, we've got a couple more games coming your way.